Welcome to Sports Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of athletic icons, stripping away the veneer of myth and legend to reveal the complex, often tumultuous journeys that forge their greatness. Today, we turn our attention to Stefan Edberg, the Swedish tennis sensation, whose elegant, aggressive playing style captivated audiences worldwide in the 1980s and 1990s. With 6 Grand Slam singles titles and a storied career marked by both triumph and turmoil, Edberg's story is a rich tapestry of athletic achievement, personal struggle, and enduring legacy. As we embark on this journey, let us first set the scene, the picturesque coastal town of Västervik, Sweden, where Stefan Edberg was born on January 19, 1966. The tranquil atmosphere of this idyllic setting would later influence Edberg's calm and composed demeanor on the court, but it was his parents, Anders and Barbro Edberg, who instilled in him a strong sense of discipline and a love for sports that would become the foundation upon which his future success was built. Imagine a young Stefan Edberg, an energetic and curious child, exploring the rugged Swedish countryside with his siblings, developing a deep appreciation for the natural world. The rolling hills, the serene lakes, and the majestic forests all contributed to a sense of wonder and awe that would later fuel his passion for tennis. As he grew older, Edberg's parents encouraged his love for sports, nurturing his talent and providing him with opportunities to hone his skills. Growing up in 1970s Sweden, Edberg's formative years were influenced by the country's strong social welfare system and emphasis on community. This environment fostered a sense of egalitarianism and cooperation that would later shape Edberg's approach to tennis, where he was known for his sportsmanship and respect towards opponents. The Swedish Tennis Federation's investment in youth development programs also played a significant role in nurturing Edberg's talent, providing him with access to top-notch coaching and training facilities from an early age. His father, Anders Edberg, worked as a manager at the local tennis club, where Stefan would often watch, mesmerized, as players battled it out on the court. These early experiences sparked a passion in Edberg that would drive him to spend hours practicing, honing his skills, and developing the distinctive playing style that would one day make him a household name. The sound of the tennis ball bouncing on the court, the smell of freshly cut grass, and the feel of the racket in his hand all combined to create a sensory experience that captivated Edberg's imagination. As he entered his teenage years, he began to compete in local and national junior tournaments, quickly making a name for himself as a talented, determined young player. And then, in 1982, came the breakthrough moment, Edberg's victory at the Junior Wimbledon title, where he defeated fellow Swedish prodigy Jonas Svensson in the final. This triumph marked a turning point in Edberg's career, as he began to attract attention from tennis coaches, scouts, and sponsors, all of whom recognized the immense potential that lay within this young, gifted athlete. The early 1980s were a transformative period for Edberg, as he navigated the challenges of adolescence, while simultaneously pursuing his tennis ambitions. His family, particularly his parents, played a crucial role in supporting him during this time, providing emotional stability and encouragement as he faced the pressures of competition and the scrutiny that came with being a rising star. The confluence of these influences would ultimately produce a tennis player of remarkable skill, elegance, and resilience, an athlete who would leave an indelible mark on the sport and inspire generations to come. As Edberg's junior career reached its crescendo, he embarked on a baptism by fire, making his debut on the ATP Tour in 1983 against some of the most formidable opponents in the world. The likes of Jimmy Connors and Ivan Lendl, titans of the tennis world, stood between him and success. Yet, Edberg's unique playing style, an exquisite blend of elegant volleys and precise ground strokes, quickly earned him recognition among his peers. His game was akin to a symphony, with each shot meticulously crafted to outmaneuver his adversaries. One of the defining moments of Edberg's early career came in 1984, when he reached the quarterfinals of the French Open, ultimately falling to the eventual champion, Ivan Lendl. The unforgiving clay courts of Roland Garros proved to be a crucible, testing Edberg's mettle against the best players on the biggest stage. As he navigated the treacherous waters of professional tennis, Edberg began to gain confidence in his ability to compete with the elite. This turning point marked the beginning of an ascendant trajectory, one that would propel him to the pinnacle of success. The following year, Edberg made his breakthrough at the Grand Slam level, reaching the final of the Australian Open, where he faced off against fellow Swedish player Mats Wilander. Although he ultimately lost in a thrilling 5-set match, Edberg's performance cemented his status as one of the rising stars of men's tennis. As the 1980s wore on, Edberg continued to rack up impressive victories, including wins over some of the biggest names in the sport. In 1986, he defeated Boris Becker in the final of the Stuttgart Open, marking one of the first major victories of his career. This triumph was significant, not only for the win itself, but also for the way it showcased Edberg's mental toughness and unwavering dedication to his craft. His ability to perform under pressure, to rise to the occasion when the stakes were highest, became a hallmark of his career. Edberg's on-court prowess was matched by his off-court demeanor, earning him the admiration and respect of his contemporaries. As former player and commentator John McEnroe once observed, "Stefan was one of the most talented players I ever faced, but he was also one of the nicest guys on the tour." This unique combination of talent, dedication, and humility would become a defining characteristic of Edberg's career, inspiring countless young players to follow in his footsteps. His legacy extended far beyond his impressive record, as he embodied the very essence of sportsmanship and integrity. The summer of 1987 proved to be a pivotal moment in Edberg's career, as he reached the semifinals of Wimbledon, ultimately falling to Pat Cash. Although he came up just short of the final, Edberg's performance on the hallowed grass courts of the All England Lawn Tennis Club marked a significant milestone in his development as a player. The storied traditions of Wimbledon, with its manicured lawns and storied history, provided a backdrop for Edberg to showcase his skills against the best players in the world. As the 1980s drew to a close, Edberg found himself firmly established among the top players in the world, with a string of impressive victories and a reputation for clutch performances under pressure. His contributions to Swedish tennis, in particular, were instrumental in helping to establish the country as a major force in the sport, paving the way for future generations of players. The likes of Bjorn Borg and Mats Wilander had already put Sweden on the tennis map, but Edberg's success helped to cement the nation's reputation as a hotbed of tennis talent. In the years that followed, Edberg would continue to push himself to new heights, testing his limits and expanding the boundaries of what was possible on the court. With each passing victory, he etched his name more deeply into the annals of tennis history, leaving an indelible mark on the sport that would be remembered for generations to come. The 1990s would prove to be a transformative period in Edberg's career, as he navigated the challenges of injury and adversity while continuing to compete at the highest level. Despite facing setbacks and doubts along the way, Edberg persevered, relying on his unwavering dedication and unshakable passion for the sport to carry him through even the toughest of times. As he entered the final stages of his playing career, Edberg began to reflect on his accomplishments and the impact he had made on the sport. With a record that included 6 Grand Slam singles titles, 41 ATP Tour victories, and a stint as the world's top-ranked player, Edberg's legacy was already assured. And yet, even as he looked back on his achievements with pride, he knew that there was still more to come, more challenges to overcome, and more triumphs to be savored. The storied career of Stefan Edberg, a tennis legend whose on-court elegance and finesse continue to inspire generations of players and fans alike. As we delve into the latter stages of his remarkable journey, we find an individual who, even in retirement, remained deeply committed to the sport he loved, while also cultivating a profound sense of purpose beyond the confines of the tennis court. As Edberg's playing career drew to a close in 1996, he began to focus on the next chapter of his life, one that would be marked by a seamless transition from competitor to coach, mentor, and philanthropist. His legacy, already cemented by 6 Grand Slam singles titles and 41 ATP Tour victories, would continue to evolve as he dedicated himself to giving back to the sport that had given him so much. In the years that followed, Edberg became an integral part of Swedish tennis, guiding the next generation of players with the same passion and dedication that had defined his own career. His influence extended far beyond the technical aspects of the game, as he instilled in his pupils a sense of discipline, hard work, and respect for their opponents, values that had been essential to his own success. As Edberg himself once reflected, "Tennis has given me so much, and I feel it's my duty to give back to the sport and to help others in any way that I can." These words, spoken with characteristic humility, underscored his commitment to leaving a lasting legacy that would transcend his playing career. Edberg's contributions to tennis were recognized with numerous awards and accolades, a fitting tribute to his enduring impact on the sport. In 2004, he was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame, an honor that placed him alongside the greatest players in the history of the game. As Edberg navigated the twilight of his career, he continued to compete in various senior tournaments and exhibitions, always displaying the trademark elegance and finesse that had become his hallmark. These performances, while perhaps less intense than those of his playing prime, served as a poignant reminder of the beauty and artistry that tennis can embody when executed by a master of the game. Off the court, he remained committed to his family and charitable pursuits, using his platform to make a positive difference in the world, a true champion in every sense of the word. And then, on December 18, 2022, the tennis world was shaken by the news of Edberg's passing at the age of 56. As fans and fellow players alike reflected on his legacy, they remembered not only his achievements on the court, but also his kindness, humility, and generosity of spirit, qualities that had made him a beloved figure, both within and beyond the tennis community. Today, Stefan Edberg is remembered as one of the greatest tennis players of all time, a true champion who inspired countless others with his talent, dedication, and sportsmanship. His legacy extends far beyond his playing career as he continues to influence the sport through his coaching, mentoring, and charitable work. As John McEnroe once observed, Stefan was a true gentleman of the game, and his impact on tennis will be felt for years to come. These words, spoken by one of Edberg's greatest rivals, serve as a poignant reminder of the enduring power of his legacy and the profound impact he had on those who knew him. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell, reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.